Pecan Park RV Resort was a great find in Jacksonville, Florida, which was our first venture down into Florida.
I'm TK.
And I'm Earl.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Pecan Park is a huge park.
And by huge, we mean that it was a mile long to get from our spot all the way to the entrance. And yes, I measured it on the odometer.
It's not exaggerating. We actually clocked it. So, and it's a little bit more expensive than we tend to like to spend for a park, but I think it was worth it because they had a lot of amenities and it was a very pleasant, safe park to be in. It was a nice break from some of the other parks.
Almost like a vacation.
Yeah.
From vacationing.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little vacation in the middle of our travels. And that, yeah, there's a huge stretch between the two sections. There's a humongous front area, the main park, and they've built on. So there's like a stretch of woods that you drive through to get to the back part, which is where we were staying. So as far as what the park actually offers, they have the front office, as most parks typically do.
The site that we were at had full hookups, so you had the 50 amp service with the water and the sewer right there on site, which is typically our standard.
They did have different options for sites. They have like an elite site that has a fireplace.
Yeah, its own like
a fire pit, I mean.
Yeah, fire pit that was made of brick.
Yeah, nice large spots. And then they have the clubhouse in the front and a really nice dog park, which we didn't use because we were in the back. That would have been quite a walk for us. The dog park, I think, had two sections, maybe for larger and smaller dogs. And
there's actually a clubhouse in the back too, in our section. And there was a pool up front and a pool in the back, but the pool in the back also had the hot tub.
So we had the better section.
Yeah, I think so.
So we definitely took advantage of the hot tub. That was great, at least, I don't know, a few times. And then we also took advantage of the fitness room.
Which was really nice.
Very nice fitness room. I think like, I don't know, 5 or 6 machines in there, as well as some of the, what do you call those?
Bowflex type machines.
Serious weight stuff, as well as free weights, a lot of free weights. So usually we kind of ignore the weight room, but this time we actually used it quite a few times and got into a nice routine. To the point where I was disappointed when we left the park. It was so nice. They also had laundry there, plenty of machines. You can actually use a credit card for these machines, which is a rarity for us. I actually went to the office and I was like, can I get some quarters? And they're like, you can use your credit card. I'm like, oh, okay. And it was great. The dryers all worked really well. Washers worked really well. There also are little cabins in the park, and I think some people own them and some people rent them. So like little tiny houses. Those are neat. The internet was pretty good. We tend to use our own internet, but I think we did use the park Wi-Fi occasionally. It did go down once and they fixed it pretty quickly, so that was great. They offer different activities there as well. I think our favorite was probably the breakfast. They had a Sunday morning weekly breakfast. They had biscuits and gravy, which we love, and we actually bumped into somebody in the park who had lived in Illinois for a while, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I think they had bagels. I think they switch it up, and so we missed that one. They also had adult coloring, and I think they had a couple other things that I missed, including yoga. They had that actually by our side of the park, but we had an excursion that day, so I missed it. And they had some outdoor things. They had food trucks.
Yeah, food trucks.
They had a Filipino, what is it called?
Lumpia.
Lumpia. That was very good. We tried it. We missed the Italian deli one, which we're sad about because that probably would have been really good. And they did Halloween. They gave us like a sign if we wanted to do Halloween, and we stuck the Halloween sign on our door. And they had someone actually say that they were surprised that we had people come and knock on our door. So tell us about that. Is that not something you're supposed to be doing in an RV park? I think this was only our second Halloween.
Yeah, I guess people will just people will just have candy out there just waiting for the kids instead of the kids coming and knocking and going trick or treat. But
yeah, so after that I left the door open. I had the screen open so that I could just see them coming. But yeah, but that was nice. They did also do something around the time of the big game day for college football. They had some bags.
Florida versus Georgia. That was a really big game.
Our neighbors were really into it. You should have seen it. Like they had like all the memorabilia. They had the tent that had the...
Oh my gosh, they were like completely decked out, and they were for Florida. And then we also had a neighbor who was a Georgia fan. And so they were like right next to each other. It was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, so that was fun.
There was also some bags and the ladder game that you throw the bolos onto next to the clubhouse. So there's lots of activities and a very nice pond with a fountain too. Also very important to note is the proximity to the airport. The park is pretty close to the Jacksonville airport, and about 3 times a week you'll see F-15 fighters flying directly overhead while you're staying there. So that can get, it's cool for someone like me who loves that sort of thing, but if you're not into planes flying directly overhead, then that might not be for you.
I didn't mind the noise at all compared to some of the bells and whistles we've had at some of the other parks. I thought the planes were fine. They didn't bother me. What else was really nice about this park is it was near some really neat things. We really took advantage of the area this time around for this park. And we got some great tips from the activities coordinator of the park. I went to the adult coloring and I actually spent most of it just talking to her and her telling me about stuff like rock painting and where to go because she lived in the area. So right close by, first of all, is a flea market. We went there and I picked up some metaphysical stuff. That was fun. Like, you could really just walk or bike there.
Yeah, it was just, like you said, within walking distance, and lots of stuff there.
A lot of food too.
Yeah, really good smelling food. We didn't get any, but it looked good.
Yeah. And close by, there's an ice cream place called Mayday that she said we had to try, and she was right. It was a really neat building, like a lot of glass, just basically all windows all the way around, and kind of like where we are would be like a Baskin-Robbins type thing, except the flavors were very different and the ice cream was amazing. Yeah,
that was really good, and we ended up getting flights of ice cream. So we had to sample like 6 different types of ice cream each.
Best idea ever.
Yeah.
And like, what were some of the flavors? There was like coffee and donuts was one of the flavors.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. We also went to a restaurant called Bluefish that someone had recommended to us, and it was delicious.
Yeah, definitely if you're in Jacksonville, go to Bluefish. It's awesome.
It's not just fish either, although we did get fish bites.
Yes, we have fish bites, calamari,
Stuffed mushrooms.
fried mushrooms, truffle fries,
Those were great.
and meatballs, and scallops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went like all appetizer mode on it.
And it was so good. Oh, and we also got drinks. What do we got? We got sangria.
And margaritas for me.
Yeah, I asked her, I'm like, is it too sweet? And she's like, it doesn't tend to be sweet. I'm like, oh good, because I don't like a really sweet sangria. And it was delicious. Also went to this huge candy shop called Sweet Pete's.
Yeah, that was amazing. There's tons and tons of candy, everything you could think of, even from like back in the 50s and 60s. Like, it was really cool.
It was just really well done in there. I guess it's a historic building that they repurposed. And just they had different rooms, kind of with different themes. There was like this whole place that was tons of gumballs, tons of jelly bean flavors. And then they had a room that was like fudge and cookies and caramel apples. And
just about anything you could name, they had it.
What is that? What did you get? That was was it bourbon?
Oh, it was
that was amazing.
It was a Jack Daniel's honey whiskey.
He let me have a little bit.
Chocolate. And yeah, it was amazing. You bite into it and then just like the honey whiskey just like explodes. It's so good.
Just a couple miles down from Pete's is Riverside Arts Market. Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. only, so make sure you plan ahead. Wonderful local art there as well as food trucks. So we went to Big Talbot Island. You can find Boneyard Beach at Big Talbot Island as well as Groot's Beach.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was like an official name for a beach, but
it is now.
It is now. It's on Google Maps.
We reviewed it with I Am Groot. It's awesome. So it's like basically like, this sounds weird, but these tree carcasses. It's these trees that after all this erosion of the sand just basically like fell into the water.
Onto the beach and into the water. And yeah, it was a really neat beach.
Finally, we also went to Fernandina Beach because We got this awesome restaurant book from my aunt, and we tried to find a restaurant in the area. We went to T. Ray's Burger Station, and the burgers were phenomenal.
Yes, they were delicious, and T. Ray's is like an old style gas station
I love that.
that they repurposed into a burger joint. So like you park like right next to where the pumps used to be. You go inside to where the cashier and everything was, and that's where they cook all the food, and you can sit down and eat in there as well.
The parking was a little weird, but we got used to it. I actually think that that place ruined burgers for me a little bit because the burgers were so good.
You'll also find Area 51 Korean barbecue on Fernandina Beach, and it was amazing. We had the
Bulgogi sandwich
bulgogi sandwich,
and bulgogi fries.
Yep.
And the redneck egg rolls.
and it was all just phenomenal. Such good
So
stuff.
good. And they're pretty new, and they're good, so be sure to check them out.
We definitely enjoyed our time at Pecan Park RV Resort in Jacksonville, and we're definitely going to come back.
Yes, we loved it there.
There was so much that we didn't get to experience, and so many beaches that we could have gone to, so it's definitely going to be a place that we're going to return to. If you want to see more of our adventures and reviews of RV parks, please subscribe to our channel and leave a like on our video, and let us know if there's a place that you've been around Jacksonville, an RV park, that you would recommend. Thank you all very much for watching, and have a great day. Please subscribe. Subscribes. Remember, subscribes.
Oh,
Go.
wait, oh, I'm talking now?
Yeah, you're talking now.
Wait, I forgot what I...
Action.
This? Are we going?
Yes, action.
Okay.
The sites that we were at. Sites, we were at multiple sites.
Can we use that word?
I don't know if we should. So,
It's not funny.
they opened up. Thank everybody. Thank you.